it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older.
15 and 22. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I can kind of see why he's probably not claiming it, because it looks bad on his reputation, because he has a history. Like if you look at like even Beyonce, like he was in his 30s and Beyonce was barely 19.
The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Trophies came wrong with anybody.
Everyone. Jay-Z's alleged son, Rymir Satterthwaite, just won another fight after 50 Cent formally promised to help him sue Jay. Furthermore, this happens just a few days after a judge granted Rymir's request to continue with his case. Jay's currently in a frenzy and even made the odd accusation that Rymir had been bugging him for years. Jay's lawyers are now threatening to expose Rymir's lies in court as well. To put it another way, Jay is making every effort to avoid taking the DNA test that would solve this issue. But it gets dark here. As we now know, Rhee's been avoiding that test because his mother was very old when she gave birth to Jay. See, Rhee says that his mother, Wanda, was not a legal adult when 22-year-old Jay-Z got her pregnant.
15 going on 16.
And everything saying that they had met. Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
So what exactly is Jay-Z hiding? Jay just averted a falling out with his friend Diddy. As you all probably know, after one of Diddy's accusers claimed that Jay and Diddy had sexually raped her when she was 13. Even though the accusing woman ultimately agreed to drop the case, it seems that the issue is still pending. She actually came up recently and said that she never took back the accusations she made against Diddy and Jay. She further asserts that the only reason she abandoned the complaint was because Jay allegedly intimidated her by using private investigators. But here's what's really questionable. The media largely disregarded this recent event. Go check it out for yourself. As you are already aware, it is illegal for websites like Shadam and TMZ to publish any negative material on Jay-Z. Check their websites now for the Rhyme story. There won't be anything. This has been fashionable for weeks. These well-known celebrity news outlets, meanwhile, are acting as though it doesn't exist. The same approach is used in the Jane Doe case. None of them brought up the fact that just last week, a judge dismissed Jay-Z's defamation lawsuit against Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby. Consequently, many things are getting disregarded. Furthermore, it appears that most bloggers are too scared to voice their opinions about Jay-Z. But who isn't scared? 50 Cent. He recently teased Jay for avoiding that DNA test. Rumor has it that 50 actually got in touch with Rymir and offered to supply his legal team to help him with his case. It's obvious that Jay is suffering from the heat. Rhee's lawyers are already working non-stop to get his case resolved. Additionally, they have launched a public relations campaign to paint him as crazy.
Submitted on June 16th, Jay-Z slams a recent lawsuit that Rymir and Lily filed against him as just the latest in what he says has been decades-long harassment. The documents read, "The fabricated allegation."
But it's odd that Jay is spending so much money on court cases when he could be set free with a straightforward DNA test. This time, Rymir has the upper hand. With all the receipts coming out and 50 Cent backing Rhee, Jay's future is also not looking good.
Father, I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like it's not as far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like just can't take nobody not saying nothing.
All right, let's begin by talking about 50 Cent's role in this. Rhyme 50 first made fun of Jay on Instagram by pointing out that both Rhyme and Jay have noses in an attempt to get involved in the argument between Jay-Z and his alleged child. But that's not all. According to people familiar with the situation, 50s is allegedly taking things a step further and has reached out to Rymir directly, offering his legal assistance. The 50s also posted the mysterious caption, "A good lawyer knows the law," on Instagram. "An excellent lawyer knows the judge." Now, it all comes down to this. Rymir's case has been completely disregarded and buried by mainstream media outlets thus far. But since 50 was added, Jay's team is now on the defensive and attempting to settle the lawsuit as soon as possible to discredit Ryan before anything becomes a reality. Actually, Jay recently filed new court documents asking for Rhys' complaint to be dropped. According to documents obtained by US Weekly, Jay stated that Rymir's lawsuit is just the latest in his decades-long harassment. The bogus allegations and claims have been addressed and rejected in multiple different courts. And Jay's complaint states that Ryan's ongoing harassment of Jay-Z and disregard for those orders has already led to a contempt order. Ryan's former legal guardian, paralegal Dr. Lily Coley, has now criticized Jay-Z, claiming that Jay's most recent court filing contains some blatant lies. This narrative was not made up, Dr. Coley said in her statement. Wanda's affidavit has been with the court for many years, has never been reclaimed. Her account served as the basis for Ryan's idea of his paternity. Dr. Coley also claimed that Jay-Z had lied about Rhys being held in contempt of court. Dr. Coley went on to say that although the question of Rhys' paternity has never been fully resolved in court, none of the accused, including Rymir, his late mother Wanda, and herself have ever been found in contempt of court. There has never been a final decision or discovery hearing that settles paternity or other issues, said Dr. Coley. These facts are still not included in public narratives. However, another detail that is frequently omitted from public accounts is the age of Wanda, Rymir's late mother, at the time. Around the time of her pregnancy with Jay. Let's go over some facts first. The public first became aware of Rym in early 2015 after it was revealed in the press that he had sued Jay-Z for paternity. In 2014, Rymir and his guardian, Lily Coley, filed their first case. This marked the start of the peculiar legal processes. According to Dr. Coley, this complaint was promptly dismissed because Jay-Z and his lawyer, Lisa Fisher, provided the court with false and deceptive facts. Rymir, however, continued his fight and filed further court documents in 2018, accused Jay this time of using his fame and fortune to avoid a paternity test. But this is where things start to look suspicious. Rymir was shut down repeatedly because the judge was told that his biological father had previously been confirmed, according to sources. But later on, the son received a copy of Rymir's birth certificate. And what do you know? There is no mention of a father. But when Rymir discovered that some of his own lawyers were secretly working behind the scenes with Jay-Z's lawyers, things took a further turn. In an interview with The Sun, Rymir asserted that legal mistakes and negligence had prevented him from receiving a fair trial. Rymir also told The Sun that his mother, Wanda, told him Jay-Z was his father when he was about 8 years old. Additionally, Wanda alleges that in 1992, she and Jay had an affair at his aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn slums. They attempted protection, she said, but it didn't work, and she stopped talking to Jay. Unfortunately, by 2010, Wanda's condition had gotten worse, so Lily Coley was given Rymir. Lily also disclosed to The Sun at the time that Wanda became pregnant shortly after meeting Jay when she was 15 or 16, and it gets much weirder. In 2018, Rymir filed a complaint in Philadelphia, claiming that Jay-Z's attorney coerced Wanda into signing court documents while she was in the hospital recovering from a medicated coma, substituting Lily's name on the petition without her permission and for nefarious reasons. The case was dismissed from the Philadelphia court as a result of Rymir's family's claim that they had never seen such a level of corruption or gone through such suffering before. However, according to Rymir and Dr. Coley's appearance on Hip Hop News Uncensored, things became much more concerning when Rymir was shot after he filed his complaint against Jay-Z. Interview.
There where he's at living now, and out of all the cars there, his was the only one shot up. So we believe that that was a nexus or a connection, I believe, between the case and what's going on.
The problem is that, according to Lily, people started knocking on her door about the time. Refiled his lawsuit in an effort to scare her into keeping quiet.
This is my home in the past, driving on the grass. We have people knocking on the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been through all of it, mostly around.
Lily added that there are more parties interested in this lawsuit besides Jay-Z. It involves promoting change and new laws that prevent the powerful and affluent from misusing the legal system.
Than this. We want to try to make a difference with the Pro Se Act or the Legal Abuse Act, bringing new legislation and trying to sit down at the table with the lawmakers to make a difference. In addition to the fact, because, you know, like you said before, Mr. Carter might not never do anything, and I'm sure he probably won't. But it ain't about him. This is about the system allowing things to happen that were very agreed and put our lives at stake in some regards. So I just wanted to say that that's what another reason why we were still going to the criminal stuff for the second time. This time the prosecutor's office locally did get involved, but everything is slow moving and things are happening, and it's corruption going on. The law says in New Jersey that if the person who resists to take the test is presumed the father. That's what the law says. Here in New Jersey, anybody who don't want to do it and go away from doing it or prevents from doing it is presumed the father. So right now he's presumed the father. He's not even alleged.
Refiled a second complaint, this time against the second Jersey legal system and several judges, alleging that they conspired with Jay-Z for over a decade to have his cases dismissed. Jay-Z allegedly lied under oath when he claimed to have no property in New Jersey, probably to give the court the appearance that it lacked jurisdiction over him, according to Rymir and Dr. Coley's action. But as proof, Rym's team found property deeds and tax documents with Jay's name on them. It wasn't true. Ree also alleges in his case that 6 judges conspired with Party Carter and continually falsely claimed that he did not possess land in New Jersey. According to Ree's complaint, Jay-Z used his wealth and influence to influence the legal system, leading to the rejection or dismissal of Ree's earlier cases. Additionally, the lawsuit alleges that once Rymir began speaking out about the abuses he had encountered in court, unknown individuals shot at his vehicle. The lawsuit claims that cars entered Rymir and Dr. Coley's yard at 4 a.m. and that unidentifiable people in their neighborhood followed them. They expressed their firm conviction that these instances were the work of Jay-Z's team. Rymir and Lily are now suing the court system and the involved judges, alleging that they have breached their fundamental rights and denied a young man the closure he needs. Rymir and Lily also disclosed in a recent interview with Tasha K that Rymir's mother, Wanda, was approximately 15 or 16 years old when Rymir became pregnant, and Jay-Z was 22 years old. Rymir claims that the court initially tried to have the paternity case dismissed on the grounds that the father had to be the person listed on the birth certificate. Rymir was not the father, though, according to the results of his DNA test with that man.
Type of things to say, hey, whoever was on his birth certificate, that was the, that was the dad. And that's not how the course works. So we did everything we had to do to, show them that that wasn't. The person I was calling my pop took the DNA test. It was straight out there. Only other name was Jay-Z. They basically just sawed it and skedaddle. They try to use all this craziness to hold the case up, and I'm like, well, damn, if this was anybody else, I'm like, all right, the first 2 years.
They would have ordered them by now. They do that. Especially, hey, take the test. Hell, in most cases, you can start drawing child support, but without a goddamn paternity.
Rymir then made a good argument, stating that the court could have simply dismissed the case with prejudice if they had truly believed he was lying. Additionally, he stated unequivocally that he is not after Jay-Z's wealth. He even promised to issue a public apology if it turns out that Jay-Z is not his father.
If y'all felt like we was lying, why y'all ain't dismiss the case with prejudice? Why do y'all keep having us come in there and file and pay all this money and keep filing for years? Why, if y'all didn't see anything wrong with the case, why is it not over? But the only thing I'm asking is, I don't want no money from you. If you don't want to have that relationship, if it was true, that's just on you. I'm just showing you that I'm fighting for what I believe in is right, and I want all the kids and everyone that come behind me. If you missing the parents, it's all about, sometimes that's all you need to know your parents is. You don't need nothing from them. It close the book. It just helped me, go on with my life and just be straight. It's not like I'm looking for anything, looking for you to bring me up where you at or bring me with your family and all. I still got my own family, but I just want you to be like, just think about it. Like, we could have got this, over with, and through all this, I still respect you, even though I might not like you. I respect everybody.
I was gonna say, how do you view him now?
And it's like, and when I say I don't like you, it's not even it's just that I feel like, y'all sit at the top and y'all forgot where y'all came from, and sometimes you gotta bring yourself down to the bottom. You can't sit at the top and think all these, I'm rich and all that, and if I go to court, this would affect this, and sometimes you just gotta get it over with. If you believe this wasn't true, it would have been over with, And for you to let me just sit here and after all this, my mom passed away, and I'm not saying you physically, but dragging us to court and all that, not taking care of the problem. It's just, you let it happen. So it's like, you could have been got this over with. If it wasn't true, we could have, I would apologize. Y'all apologize in front of the world. Hey, it could have been done, but
everyone, there's another one that was just released. It seems that Jay-Z might be declining that DNA test for reasons other than the ancient age of Rymir's mother. Perhaps the real reason is something much darker.
Father of Rymir Satterthwaite, who is claiming that he is his son because giving up his DNA could link him to a bunch of murders that he is connected to. The permanent A-list rapper could just provide a DNA sample and get the whole paternity thing out of the way, but then the sample could be used to solve a whole bunch of killings that the rapper has been hinted at being involved in. And again, this allegedly Jay-Z and Rymir Satterthwaite